The KZN Future 50 with Pavlo Fatidis. Inspiring KZN's business future.
It's time for KZN Future 50, and for that we have one Pavlo Fatidis from Oric. Good morning, Pavlo.
Good morning, Carmen.
Well, which business will you be featuring today, and why did you pick them?
Well, we're going to be featuring a business called Livecopper. It was started by Allingham and Andrew Davies, two business partners who left industry and did a crazy thing in 2012. They established this first ever online store that specifically focused on offering light fittings, electrification, plumbing and sanitary ware products. At a point in time, the only thing that was available straight after dial-up modems was kind of consumer shopping. This is a vertical store in that industry. They were the first to ever do it.
So what makes them special enough to be on the KZN Future 50?
Well, because they were the first doing it in a market that very traditionally saw light fittings and tap fittings and appliances and plugs, etc., all being sold physically in store. They went through all sorts of trials and tribulations. It's put them in a position today where they have a beautifully designed site that allows you to have very broad looks at the different types of light fittings and plumbing fittings all in one place. They've got excellent pricing. I think they're probably the leaders in presenting this type of product online. And what's most important is after being established as a pure clicks store, and by clicks I mean a pure e-commerce online store, they're now starting to look at moving and migrating it into the physical world. So this transition where you've proven yourself in the digital space going into the physical space often gives you the best outcomes.
So Pavlo, tell us, where will Livecopper be in 5 years' time?
Clicks must add bricks, and that means their digital now needs to have a physical presence. It's their next big growth opportunity, and it's really interesting. Why? Because many years back I was looking for a pair of shoes, and I tried to go online, and I looked at all these shoes online. It was a store called Clark's, and I looked at these shoes and I thought, okay, well, how do I know if it fits? How do I know if they will really deliver it? How do I know if I can trust them? So instead what I did is I went to a physical store, I looked at the physical pair of shoes, I tried them on, they fitted, and as I was about to buy them, they turned around and said to me, "You've paid for it, why don't you let us deliver it to you so you don't have to carry this around with you the whole day?" And they said, "You've got the invoice, it's a safe bet." I let them do it, and the very next day they delivered the shoes. And ever since then, in knowing that there's a physical store I can go to, I do all my shopping online, because I know if something goes wrong, I'm not going to be stuck in a call center somewhere. I can go to a physical store. They have the opportunity now of bringing that to life. They have the digital store. The presence of their physical store will improve the advice they're able to give. And in that instance, I think their physical stores are going to scale and grow far quicker than had they gone the other route. It is a big game changer for them. And their first physical store is going live in June this year.
Well, speaking of which, what can KZN do to support Livecopper?
Well, it's to all the homeowners out there. You know, we're suffering from cost of living pressures. We have concerns, security concerns of people coming into our homes. And most importantly, Carmen, how many times have you asked a plumber or an electrician or someone who does work in the home to come do a job, and you sit there waiting and they simply don't show up? Yeah, exactly. They're their own worst enemies. They don't show up. So I think all these pressures are putting pressure on homeowners to DIY. And what's really an opportunity here is when you go to the Livecopper site, you can firstly select from a broad range, but most importantly, you have all the specifications and they teach you and show you how you can install the thing yourself. It builds your confidence and it'll make you proud to your partner, to yourself, to your home, to your kids, to your grandparents, whoever else is watching you. Carmen, install that tap or install that light pendant.
Pavlo Fatidis from Oric is joining us for KZN Future 50. Thank you for joining us. And if you want to get involved in KZN Future 50, you go to ecr.co.za. You can find out all the information on all of the companies that are featured.